Assalamualaikum. I'm Siti Nurami Zulianawati. Today I would like to give a presentation about the assignment for the subject HMEC 5413. This assignment is about the care and education of Indigenous children in Australia. For this assignment, I choose Indigenous people in Australia. In Australia, the term Indigenous people is also called as Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people of Australia. They are descended from groups that existed in Australia and surrounding island prior to British colonisation. Government put a lot of efforts to reduce the gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous people in every aspect. Since then, a lot of effort, research have been established by the government and NGO to improve Indigenous people in education aspect. There is 4 objectives for this assignment. The first one is to review the current condition and the issues of the Indigenous people in terms of early childhood education in Australia. Number 2, to review the support given by the government to the Indigenous people as a whole and the facilities that have been provided to the chosen school. Number 3, to propose the most suitable model for the care and education of the Aborigines people at the school. And number 4, to discuss on how to implement the model at school. To improve the education of Aboriginal children, government has set 4 goals. Number 1, to improve school attendance rates for the children. Number 2, to meet the national minimum standard in literacy and numeracy for Aboriginal children. Number 3, to support Aboriginal children at least to finish year 12 or equivalent. And lastly, to support for the Aboriginal children to go on higher education at TAFE or university. Government bodies and NGO have been established to provide support for Aboriginal education. Some common problems for Indigenous children in Australia. The main problem is the poor school attendance. The second one, they have low average level of performance in national school benchmark tests. And the last one, they're less likely to be ready for primary school than non-Aboriginal children. For this assignment, we choose Oak Valley School. Oak Valley is a remote Aboriginal community. It's about 1,288 km to Adelaide. Population is very small, it's about 80 to 100 people. They are from Anangu tribe and they speak Pijatjara and Yangkut-Jatjara. The school was built in 2003. Oak Valley School was established to service the children and young people of the Anangu community. The main goal is to improve the learning outcome of all students with the recognition of the importance of culture and traditions of the Aboriginal people. The school is well equipped with the facilities such as art room, computer room, library, preschool yard, toilet facilities. All the rooms have heating and cooling system. They also have the interactive whiteboard and sound field system. They have bike, tents and campings. They also offers breakfast, recess and lunch program free of charge to the students. And also the students have the access to a full-time special educator in hearing and behavior and also the speech pathologies. The most suitable model to implement for Oak Valley is focused on parents and children. There are a few reasons why I choose this model. The first one, because of the different culture between teacher and parents. The activity that teacher wants to do at school must suit with the community culture so it can easy to be assimilated to the community. The second point is the parents have no awareness and no exposure on why the education is important to their children. So, focus need to be done to improve awareness of the parents. The third point, Aboriginal parents is not responsive and not get involved in the children education. As we know, parent involvement is important for children education, so focus need to be done to parent. Parents also need to display the good behavior to the children. When the parents display the good behavior, it gives encouragement to the children to practice a good behavior, and it can result to the good school attendance. The next reason is related to the teacher. Teacher need to put the focus on parents because school has limited manpower. By having partnership with parents, some responsibility can be shared with them. It can reduce the burdens of the teacher. All teachers comes from different area and don't understand about the culture of Aboriginal community. So they need help from the parents to find the suitable education programs that suit to the culture. The next point is the small community. For the small community, it's easy for the teacher to manage the partnership with the parents because the teacher knows everybody in the community. The efficient ways to implement the education program at school is with the help and support from the parents and community, because they are the main and the closest person in the children's life. There are a few ways to implement this model. The first one, teacher can create a conducive and responsive environment. For example, teacher can do storytelling during the lesson, and during the storytelling, teacher can incorporate stories and achievement of the Aboriginal people in order to give motivation and encouragement to the children. The second one, teacher can conduct hands-on activities at class such as craft. Pre-school children likes to do craft. The next one, activities need to be familiar with community, such as the school can have a music or a dance festival. School also can employ Aboriginal staff. He or she can be a translator as they can speak the same language like the children. Next one, teach some of the subject in the local language, because English is not the first language for the Aboriginal children, so they have problems to understand the language. It is also a good idea to have bilingual textbook in class, so it can attract the children to learn. Reward program also can be introduced, especially to encourage children to come to school. This can help to reduce the problems of absentees in the Aboriginal community. Teacher also can have open-ended discussion with the parents. This open-ended discussion is important to clarify any misunderstanding between teachers and parents. Teacher must understand the local culture in order to introduce proper lesson in class. School also can invite successful Aboriginal community to share their experience and talk about their life. This can help to give information to the parents about the importance of the education in their children's life. Besides that, school and community can work together. Aboriginal community can help in the school activities such as come to school and tell stories to the children about their culture. Last one, the most important things is the parent involvement in the school activities. When parents involved in the school activities, they will be aware at what happens at school so that the parents won't feel isolated from the children's life. As for the conclusion, good interaction between parents and teacher is essential for the children's development. Teachers need to understand the culture of Aboriginal community in order for them to teach, to give the knowledge to the children. And parent involvement is important to motivate and encourage the children to be successful in life because they are the most closest person to the children, the most important person in the children's life. Thank you.